My mother was diagnosed with congestive heart failure. I felt either it was the end, or I didn't know what to do, or I didn't know where to turn. I didn't know what services were there for me.
When I fell, I had to go to the hospital. Pretty belligerently, I told them I want to go home as quick as you can make it.
My wife had breast cancer. Her disease was very aggressive. After her funeral, it was just Dad and the kids at home. It was a big adjustment.
What it feels like to lose a parent and what it's like to be coming home to just one parent. I felt more sad all the time about it.
Marvel, even just a few months earlier, her life was vibrant and she was really engaged and there at a point where she was tired just because it was her time.
My mother did not want to die. She loved life and she was holding on to the end. She would hold me and say, "Catch me, I'm falling."
The Denver Hospice cares for anybody who's in need, and that care encompasses both care for the person themselves as well as their family.
I do the integrated therapy with my dog. I see the bond between people and how people light up when a dog enters the room. It'll bring them out of their shell. People will start to talk, they'll talk to Hank, they'll reach out, they'll try to touch him and pet him, and it's an icebreaker for everybody. No matter what stage or state in life that people are, they can always relate, and it brings back perhaps a flood of memories to their earlier days and their pets and their special bond, and just provides that extra comfort care for them.
Footprints is a program solely to kids. It's very much focused from a developmental perspective.
As soon as the funeral was over, the kids, they were scared to death. I called hospice a couple weeks later to get the kids involved in the Footprints program, doing the counseling at the same time. I think it helped them get through a lot of the emotional turmoil with losing their mother.
No, it kind of felt like talking to a friend. It was just real easy and calm, fun.
First day that we came, I just felt nervous and didn't know if it was going to work or not. I felt on the last day I had more strength in me.
When I originally became aware of hospice being available for my mother, I really was not aware of the broader services that hospice brings to the family. Denver Hospice suggested that the harpists come in.
There was something, quite honestly, about the harpist's presence, kind of an umbrella of love and harmony that took the experience and made it truly positive.
Actually, the turning point for us and for my mother, up until that point, allowed us to let that happen and allowed Mom to let go.
We were there just holding her. That was enough. Holding each other. And it was just part of that, overcoming your own denial and being real. And Marvel died a few hours later.
Footprints, I'm glad we found it. I'm glad we went through it for their sake and for my sake. And it makes all the difference in the world.
My involvement with hospice taught me, be positive. There was absolutely nothing more than I could ask.
What sets the Denver Hospice apart are our people. Nowhere will you find a more compassionate group of experts dedicated to one great purpose. We're big enough to make a difference and small enough to care.